Hello and welcome to Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Capricorn. If Capricorn is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so you can see it's very clear. You can't miss it. We have the Tower card. But don't worry. It's not always a present matter. But we'll see what the tea leaves have to say. All right. So if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Okay. Now we have a 2 right here. It looks like 21. 21. We also have the moon in this metaphysical zone. We are going into the new moon as we speak. I think it is, we go into about 99% overnight here. By the time the reading comes out, though, it will be fully the new moon. Okay. All right, so I feel like this really kind of comes down to a situation of I almost feel like, okay, so I feel like we have a person in your life, or who was in your life, I should say. I'm looking right in here. Let me see. Where did it go exactly? Now we have, it looks like a wizard right here. You can see the hat. You can kind of see the robe, the hand out. Maybe casting some kind of spell there. We also have somebody coming, kind of blocking, right? I feel like there's a sense of really actively trying to block this magic. And then I get up here and I'm seeing that we have somebody who is right up in here. You can see the head right here, the eyes, the mouth. We have hearts. Okay, but then we go down here and we have this kind of, now it almost looks like the head of a pig, okay? The pig being one of my favorite animals. So intelligent, so loving, but also very, very brutal. They can be very brutal. So I feel like we have this person where there's a love connection, or there was a love connection. And I feel like something happened where they got caught out, you know, lying, cheating, stealing, whatever it is, maybe all of the above. And this was a huge heartbreak for you. I think this was something that you didn't, now with that wizard, right? I feel like it's almost like you were kind of under the enchantment of this person. There was a love that was growing, that was so strong that you just couldn't see things as maybe other people did. You know, maybe people even told you, look, this person, they have a history of whatever. And now that's not something that, you know, let me just say, if you have a troubled history, that's not always an indicator of how you're going to always be, right? And I'm going to qualify this by saying that, you know, I'm in recovery. I have been for almost 10 years, you know, for substance abuse. And when I was young, when I was in my 20s, early 20s, you would not think I was going to become the person I am. Now, there were people who said, you know, you're a sweet girl, you have so much love and whatever. And I just, you know, but I wasn't kind, and I did, you know, terrible things. And, you know, I look at them now as terrible. I didn't treat people with respect is what it comes down to, right? And I hurt people's feelings, and you know, I was very self-involved. And I changed, you know, people change sometimes. maybe not all the time. But yeah, people can change. So maybe people told you, this person is not a good person. They, you know, did this, they did that. They have a record. They have, you know, whatever it is. But you were in love and you saw good in them, right? You're a Capricorn. You are not a silly person, like in the sense that you're not frivolous. You're not somebody who can easily be fooled. You are definitely, you know, you're pretty discerning about who is in your life, who is close to you. But this situation, I don't know what it was, right? They and even still, you know, after all these things that went on, I feel that they are still a beloved person to you. Okay. But I feel like their behavior was, it was awful, right? They hurt you. They mistreated you. They used you, whatever it was, you know, it felt like. It felt like something that was such a betrayal. And I don't even think it was one thing, you know. I think it was a series of things. And you maybe kept giving them chances, or maybe you still are. You know, maybe you're still in this cycle right now. But, you know, I think that, and this is what the Tower moment is. And we have, in conjunction with the Tower moment, we have the gallows up here. Okay, now if you don't know what the gallows are, it's usually like, well, in my mind, I'm thinking of the wooden gallows. That's where they would hang people, right, for crimes or, you know, atrocities, you know, whatever. With inhumanely killing people, right? I'm trying to be careful about how I talk about this, but so the gallows, right? And this is related to the card of the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man in my mind is giving up something, making a sacrifice. Now, it doesn't always come to us with our own, you know, we don't make the decision necessarily. But when we do, there's a sense of power in that, right? Giving something up because you know you need to. You maybe don't want to, you maybe lament it the whole time, but sometimes we do. We have to give something up. We have to put it down. We have to walk away from it. You know, I'll tell you, when I got sober, I walked away from a lot of people in my life. People I loved and cared about, you know, but I had to. And it was excruciating at the time, definitely. You know, and so I feel like it's not dissimilar for you. Trying to figure out, or you have already, but it still is painful when you think about it, that you had to kind of give this person up because they I don't even think it's in the realm of their thought to change their behavior, to heal themselves, to treat people differently, to, evolve as a being. I just think that it's kind of like, this is what it is, right? This is who I am, take it or leave it. This is all part of the hustle. This is, and ultimately I feel like this is the way that they survive themselves. It is all illusion. Being a tough person, being somebody who, I don't care, if they know that I'm cheating, or I have all these side people, or, I'm, doing dirt and stuff, like just being somebody who is not careful with other people, right? Not respectful. And I feel like the further you get away from this kind of energy, the better you will feel. There's something about somebody that is confident in their misbehavior, that is confident in being predatory. They make it part of their identity. It really distorts the way that you experience life. I mean, it is primo gaslighting, right? It is such a distortion. You begin to think this is normal. This is how people are. This is how life is. Everybody's relationship is some iteration of something like this. And that's just not true. It's not true. Now, every relationship has its troubles, but you can definitely have a relationship or be around somebody who respects you. Not just when it benefits them, but all the time. You can also live a life where you're not constantly upset by the things people you trust, or you feel like you should be able to trust. You're not upset by the things that they're doing. Lying, cheating, stealing from you, right? So this is difficult to come to terms with this, to do something about it. But I feel that you know that you have to, or you had to. And I feel that there's a clearing away. Now we have, it looks like 616, but this 6 is backwards, and these also look like eyes to me. But what I love about this is that the symmetry of the 6s, okay? The symmetry, if you don't know what symmetry is, it's like balance on both sides, right? The things are, I'm trying to look if we have anything symmetrical up here, where everything is the same. Maybe something like this. Okay, you can see that it's kind of the same on both sides, right in here. Mirrors each other, okay? There's balance. Balance in how something is, what is the word? You can tell. Can you tell? I'm a little bit tired. But yeah, no, there's balance in just the way something's laid out. Okay. Like our faces, 2 eyes, nose, mouth, not everybody's face varies, right? But for the most part, we're pretty symmetrical. And so, I'm looking at this, and it seems like coming back into a place of balance and symmetry in your life. Right? And this also, to me, indicates a period of time that probably is coming. I don't know. Maybe this is an old relationship and you have moved on. Maybe you're even like married to somebody else and whatever. But they're coming into a place of balance. Your energy being met with the same energy, same level of energy, right? When you give, you are also given. It's not a lopsided thing. This is somebody who wants to be there with you. You don't have to beg them. You don't have to have these big ordeals or dramas to try to get them to pay attention to you. They're happy to be there, and you're happy to be there. You love each other. You care about each other. There's a respect in honoring each other. And so, you know, this other thing, it's hard not to be even embarrassed about it, right? But we've all had visits by this kind of energy in our lives, right? Even if it's not romantic, just somebody in the family, a friend, a community member, whatever. And it feels almost embarrassing to have to like say, okay, well, I chose to have this person around and they were absolutely trash. They treated me like trash, right? But here's the thing. It's not about if you've chosen to let that person in your life. Yeah, maybe you have, and maybe it's a big learning experience. But it's really about how do you decide to deal with it and how do you decide to live your life after. That's what matters. Now I also see up here, we kind of have this circle, right? And it looks like a person in there. And I feel like there's almost this sense of like building a completeness in your life, building a fullness in your life, a sense of feeling holistic, feeling love for self, honoring self, showing up for yourself. Okay. And looking at this life that you have in it is becoming balanced on all sides. You can stand in the middle and look around and see, I've done all of this. Against all odds, against, you know, all the stuff that's gone on. And I felt like I would never pick myself back up and get it going. I have. And my life looks so much different. It's unrecognizable. And I feel you building that. You are in the process of building that. And soon you will. You will look out at everything and you will think, I have great love for who I was when this thing went on with this, you know, with this person. I have great empathy and love because that person that I was hurting and something was going on that led to me opening my door to that kind of energy to come into my life. And it does, you know, when we do the self-work, when we do the spiritual alchemy, when we form a bond with the divine, with spirit, right? When that slowly becomes more than enough. And you start to think, yeah, I could live in this faith. I could live in this, you know, agape, this belovedness forever. And I'm okay if that means that I don't have somebody by my side, a physical person by my side. When we become confident in our being, you know, somewhat solitary, right? It's strange how it works, but so often this is when we begin to really attract in people that we actually want in our life, right? We are bringing in the energies that we seek. We are like a beacon, like a lighthouse, glowing brightly, shining brightly. And we bring in people who are of quality to our experience, our path. But it takes some work. You have to be discerning. You have to be discerning. And that's not always easy, right? We want to see the best in people, or, you know, we meet somebody, they seem fun, exciting, charming. There's, you know, an attraction, but you have to be careful about who you let into your sacred space, who you share your energy with. But you know, you already know this, and I think that this thing with this person, it was a life lesson, and I think that you will remember it. All right, let's take a look over here. Let's see. We have a goose flying, so a movement of energy. Having, you know, the instinct to go when you know that you need to. To change things when you know that you need to. You might not want to, but there's just something instinctual. And so there's movement. There's movement there. Now we have a person who looks like they're fishing. Right here you can see their fishing line, okay? Now we have a fish over here. So I feel like, yeah, you're really, this situation is important, but I think that you've really also turned towards financial stability. I think that and we're talking about Capricorn, so this, you know, makes sense, of course. But being more concerned now about, making some money, maybe running a business, maybe kind of upping your career, expanding your skill set. And I see there is abundance there, and I feel like you're very close to getting to that place. So if you are, you know, maybe in those beginning stages of figuring out, like, what else do I want to do? What else do I want to add to my resume? What would I like to spend my time learning or working within? And I think this is a good time to be doing some real brainstorming, thinking about what is realistic, what is just, you know, the wildest things of my imagination that I could be doing, you know. And sometimes that stuff really does work out. I mean, look at my husband and I. Shout out to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My husband Paul over there is an amazing tarot reader. But you know, just a few years ago, we were not making videos of our readings. You know, my husband came out of nowhere one day, and actually, funny that I'm talking about this. This is the 2-year anniversary of his channel. And coming out of nowhere and saying, I'm going to start making YouTube videos of my readings, you know. What do you think? And I thought, yeah, that's cool. It sounds like a cool hobby, and, you know, you look amazing on camera, so go for it, babe, you know. And then it got more involved, and, you know, we were getting equipment and stuff. And first it was just him. I didn't do mine for another like 6 months. And, you know, he was a little hesitant about putting too much money into it, you know. And I said, let's just do it. I'm gonna buy you a computer to do the stuff on, and we'll, you know, figure out what kind of camera and whatever, you know, just like taking a leap of faith, you know, because I saw it was something he loved. He loved doing it, you know, and I know, you know, I know my husband, you know my husband probably too by now, and I just knew, you know, I know that there's something very special about him. And so we did it. And then, you know, never thought anything would come of this. But it's been amazing. It has been such a blessing. And so that is to say, you know, and I'm not gloating or being prideful about this at all. But, you know, I know my husband, probably too by now, and I just knew, you know, I know that there's something very special about him. And so we did it. And then, you know, never thought anything would come of this. But it's been amazing. It's been such a blessing. And so that is to say, you know, and I'm not gloating or being prideful about this at all. but you never know what's going to come about. And we're not young, by the way. We're not young people. So it could happen at any age. You know what I mean? Like, my husband's past, he's in his 40s. I'm almost in my 40s. And, you know, I don't know if he's ever said, but we both went to college, but we never finished, you know? So it's like, you just kind of think, I'm just going to do what I can get and, you know, hope for the best and work hard, you know, in our day jobs and stuff, and just try to make it. But sometimes you find something that you love, and it could be the most ridiculous thing. Not that this is ridiculous, but, you know, something that you think, doesn't sound... I remember saying, do people make money on YouTube? Is that like really a thing? You know, but, you know, you just never know. So please be brave. Be smart about what you're doing. Be discerning about what you're doing, but also be brave, because you never know. And it could go all the way your way. So I'm saying this, and I see you are looking for, you know, something bigger for yourself, something deeper for yourself, something more vast. And I think where you always excel is in your work, in your business, and your education. So go to those places and you know, and continue to refine them, expand them. And, you know, and I feel that there will be, big blessings coming through this work. Okay. All right. So we have the Wild Bohemian affirmation cards. Are you going to, there we go. Sometimes it does not want to focus. And this is the fire element. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to flip on through and stop where it feels right. All right. And it says, I am here. Allow yourself to be taught by love. Be fluent in nature's language. Be fluent in nature's language. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you, because I do. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. We have just hit 40K, so thank you, each and every one of you. I'm so surprised every time, honestly. Every time I get a new subscriber, I'm like, I can't believe it. This is so wonderful. And so I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you. And if you want to comment, if you want to leave a comment, please do. I read all of them, and I try to get back to as many of them as I can. But they are all seen, definitely. So other than that, I just want to tell you again, I love you. Take care of yourself, and we'll talk in a few days. All right, good night.